you're a pretty person. We should do stuff. We should go on dates and have fun. No? Okay. It was very much Night at the Roxbury. So I was like, you? Yeah. You and me? No? Okay. You? Yeah. You? No? Okay. And when I realized, probably because I had gotten no a lot, you gotta go, you miss every shot you don't take, Wayne Gretzky. But it's, when I finally was like, hey, you know what? It's probably not for me. Lots of folks. I do roll out of the bed stinky. I wear sweatpants all the time. I get it. I'm just going to be me, I guess. And this is who I'm going to be forever. And then I meet her and she's super nice. Then I'm like, oh, I should probably wear pants.
Hi everyone, I'm Alex and I help shy, introverted nerds get over their fears and anxieties to find their prayer too. Today I'm bringing you Brian, a nerd who found his prayer too, and we're going to talk about how they ended up together. The idea is to address some of your questions, dispel some myths, and hear about the many different ways that nerds can find real relationships. Brian, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity.
So just to get started, what makes you a nerd?
What makes me a nerd? I have been very lucky. This last year, I've created the Anime Help Hotline. I make jokes about anime, and I love anime in a fun way. It's fun that it allows me to be able to communicate with folks. I like pretending like I'm actually smart so that actual smart people come into the comments, and it creates really fun discourse. It's been an enjoyable year. Prior to that, I was a rugby nerd, and prior to that, I was an enka nerd, which is Japanese folk songs. I used to sing those while I was in Japan.
Awesome. That sounds cool. So how does your story with your partner start?
I always wanted to be an English teacher in Japan. I saw GTO when I was very young, great teacher Onizuka, and that inspired me to become a wildly energetic, if not 100% correct teacher in Japan. I didn't do any of the criminal stuff that he did. There's some things that would get you arrested now, but the idea of caring about the students more than like their grades was something that I had ingrained in me from teachers in America. And I wanted to go to Japan and kind of just be a big fun person, because there's so much fear with being 100% perfect in the English language. Like people are afraid to step past that initial barrier that you have to kind of break down. So I wanted to be an easy step, a fun step to make people want to communicate. And so that was my goal. I went over there and was pretty much a big clown. And it was really enjoyable for 7 years, I'd say. I was a teacher there, and it was fantastic. My initial step to get to Japan was through Nova. Nova Ekimae Ryugaku is like Nova Eikaiwa. It's an English school that's an after school special kind of thing that's all over Japan. There's lots of, they call them jukus, cram schools in Japan that specialize in English only. I was able to get into one of those companies, but I didn't know that it was a cram school. I thought it was actually schools. So not having the chance to work on I had to work on weekends, and I wasn't able to have that fun time because the majority of the country runs on Saturday, Sunday. So any fun club activities, any enjoyable thing, any friend get-togethers all ended up on the days I was working. So I was feeling, this is obnoxious. I was getting paid quite well. Like looking back as an adult now, I was like, I should have probably stayed. That was good money. But I wanted that freedom. I wanted to teach in actual elementary schools. And so I left that company, went to Korea for 3 months, and then came back to Japan and got a job working in the area of Japan where I was able to finally meet my wife at elementary schools. And that's where it kind of started.
Right. So you didn't meet her while you were working weekends, or were you still working weekends when you met her? No.
When I was able to work when I moved to elementary schools, that's when I was able to finally have weekends off. And that's when I was able to meet my wife's sister through a friend from work. And then she was like, my sister's daughter needs some English lessons. And so that was kind of the connection.
So your colleague told you, hey, like I have a friend whose sister is looking for a tutor for her daughter. And you're like, cool, I go there. What did you think when you first saw your now wife?
When I first saw my now wife, it was cool. how friendly she was. She was very nice. She was so prepared for just being kind and nice. She had like brought lunches. She had sandwiches. She had like drinks and lots of things. And I'm a big old guy. I'm a big boy. So I'm kind of, when I think about it now, it's kind of like, you know, the big fat character in Mulan. He's like, I don't care what she wears or what she looks like. It all depends on what she cooks like. Anyway, that was kind of like, oh, she brought food. Oh my gosh, that's how kind of you. And it was enjoyable. She was a great personality, very funny, very charismatic, very kind. Her daughter was a little angel as well. So it was just really fun. I wasn't thinking about anything dating related. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I just wanted money. I wanted that money. But
Yep.
It just kind of grew. She kept doing nice things to me, being extra nice. And I now, of course, realize that that's just, she was being very culturally polite in Japanese.
Well,
but
that's what I was going to ask you. Like, was that what you had experienced, similar to what you had experienced before with other Japanese women, or not?
I would say I had dated a few other Japanese girls before that. They were younger than my wife is. And so there was definitely, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it was different. There was like more layers to it. And I thought that it was because like, oh, she really likes me already. Well, that's kind of cool. But she was just being extra kind. And that's just who she is as a person. And that is the reason why I definitely was like, this is going to be, I need to make this a thing. But I need to be professional. I'm not going to do anything about it. But
yep. Well, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Do you know what she thought about you when she first met you?
That I was big. I was big and I was a little messy. I had hair at the time, you know, so I came to the event just in like a pair of shorts and stuff. She was like in a nice jacket and had nice pants. And we were like meeting at a cafe and she was dressed up really nicely. And I was just like sweatshirt, sweatpants, kind of gross.
So not the first best impression.
No, gosh, no. And she doesn't let me know, but I always look back on it like, who in their right mind would have thought, you know, that this is going to become what it was? But here we are, I think 9 years. This will be our 9th year. So
awesome. So like you made, I don't want to say a bad impression, but like not the best impression.
No.
But she still hired you.
She still hired me. I mean, my goal was the image of English teachers in Japan isn't like the highest anyway. So nothing negative or anything, but it's just like you're an English teacher. You came here from America. You can speak English. You came here from another country. You can speak English. So it's like you're a teacher, but you're like not a teacher. You don't get treated as every other teacher does.
Not as much respect.
Yeah, I mean, depends. It's kind of interesting, but it's the par for the course. There's a lot of teachers who were like me, who are just like, hey, Japan's cool. I'm free. I can do what I want. I'm going to wear sweatpants outside all the time. I did this in America when I was in college, you know, it doesn't matter. And then you get invited to a job opportunity to be an English teacher. And I still was like sweatpants. I got pants on right now, so it's a little more professional, but
good to know.
10 years later, finally I wear pants. But
so you start like tutoring her daughter. How did the relationship like start to sort of morph into something outside of, or like what happened that at some point, is it like you wanted something more, or did you guys become friends? Like what happened there?
There was moments where she would send me messages. Most of her messages were just about like work. We would like to meet this day at this time. Okay, cool. That was about it. And then after a while, she sent a big long message like, my daughter was so happy. It was nice to see my daughter so happy with you. It was really it made me feel good. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, it's fun. It's really nice. And so all these like little extra credit, extra kind messages, it went from just let's do this on this day to she likes you. She's really comfortable around you. I'm nice. I like talking with you. It became more than that. And then she asked if we wanted to go out for drinks one day.
Oh,
And I was like, sure. Well, it was weird. She said, I would love to go out drinking. And I said, well, you can, can't you? And she's like, because I was out drinking with some friends of mine. And she was like, what are you up to right now? I'd like to talk about like classes. And I was like, I'm drinking right now. And then she was like, oh, I would love to go drinking. And I was like, well, you can come if you want to. And then she said, do you want me to? Question mark. And I was like, well, you can come if you want to. Then she's like, do you want me to come? And I said, yeah, you should come. And then from that moment on, we were, yeah.
So like up until that point, you said like things were like, let's say, maybe escalating would be a word, but like in a sort of like still professional, friendly manner.
Of course.
Everything around like, hey, I'm happy with the work you're doing with my daughter and that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And then she said, I'd love to go drinking. You're like, come.
Yeah.
Now, what made you say that?
What made me say that? She really sounded like she wanted to go drinking regardless.
Okay.
And I was like, you want to hang out with folks? I got some folks. Let's hang out. And then when she did show up, it felt more than just a hangout. Like I invited her to come hang out with my friends. And then they were like, they sat us together. We were just enjoying each other's company. And one thing led to another. It went from completely professional to you don't have to pay me anymore. And like very quickly, it was such a quick shift from how it felt to be around each other. It was kind of cool in that sense. It was there, but it's kind of cute. We still now are like, who fell in love with who first? It's like, you fell in love with me. And she's like, no, you fell in love with me, You don't, you fell in love with me. I don't know. You fell in love with me.
But so it was like that night, like something happened, like, and it just crossed over, or
it kind of, it passed over to something more. When everyone was going home, we walked back to the train station and we just started holding hands. And I was like, And I was like, I'm holding your hand. She's like, I know. And I was like, is this okay? She was like, do you want to stop holding my hand? And I was like, no. So it was very anime, I would say. Very anime moment in my real life, which I look back on it. It's really cute. It's silly, but we're like two adults being high school kids again, really. It was pretty.
That is so interesting. Like, because did you think about her in that way before that? Not
really. I would say I was always hanging out with her, and I just like I came to expect this level of like wonderfulness from her. Mm-hmm. That in my mind, I was like, oh, she's just extremely nice to everybody. And then when I had at that friend group, when we were all sitting and drinking, like we all left the bar and a guy pulled me aside and he's just like, you got yourself a good one, bud. And I was like, well, we're not dating or anything. And he was like,
this is professional.
I know. I was like, she's my my student's mom. It's no big deal. It sounds really dumb. It's just my student's mom. We're out for some drinks together. Yeah. She's a client of mine. Just wanted to have some fun. And he was like, well, that's dumb. You should really fix yourself because she's fantastic. You should figure this out before that one slips away from you. And I was like, what? Is that allowed? Because I was like so professional about it. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I do feel these feelings, kind of. So,
but you didn't realize you had those feelings.
Well, they were there, but I didn't think about it more than like I'd had to like keep it professional. So I was like, oh, she's great, but that's not good. Like, so I shouldn't think about this person like this. because I need to be a professional. But they were in there burning flames. I was finally allowed to let them free, kind of.
I'm wondering how much of that was the alcohol. I don't know how much you guys were drinking, but
Oh no. The flames, of course. I guess the
yes.
alcohol in itself would be what helped release
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
the wall of like, is this okay? To allow myself to ask. I'm pretty sure that helped. But that is a very cultural thing in Japan, certainly. The nomunication, they call it. Nomu means to drink. So communication, drink, nomunication. And people are allowed to be themselves when they have one or two drinks. And so we just both were able to drop those social inhibitions, the things that are forcing us to act a certain way. We didn't get crazy drunk by any means, but
sure,
it allowed us to be like, you know what? I think I like you a lot. I think I like you too.
Hand?
May I hold your hand? Oh, it looks like it. It was very anime. Like she looked like she was stumbling. So I was like, oh, let me hold your hand so you don't fall over. And she was like,
Ooh.
oh, thanks. Yeah, sure, bud. You know,
Such a gentleman.
Such a gentleman. Yeah, I know. Such a gentle boy. How kind of you. Bam.
So regardless of who fell for whom first, was she feeling that way? Clearly, she. Was she also feeling that way before that night?
I don't know. In all honesty, I think if we look back on it, like I keep making jokes, you fell in love with me, definitely. But looking at it, I think she was also trying to make sure that it wasn't weird. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to be like breaking anything up. Like if you just want to continue being my daughter's teacher only, that's fine. Like if you feel uncomfortable now after these weird feelings, we don't have to teach anymore. Like you don't have to talk to me anymore. And I was like, oh no. You don't have to disappear on me like that, babe. Babe, I say. So no. You don't have to pay me anymore, but we can still hang out. And then that kind of, it was me. I'm the one who fell in love first. Oh.
Shame on you.
Shame on me. Shame on me for having a wonderful life. No.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's so weird.
Do you know what she was thinking when she said that she wanted to go drinking and that she was asking you if it was okay to join?
In all honesty, looking back on it, I think she just wanted to hang out with folks. Okay. So she was looking for some time to hang out with people. And I was fun to hang out with. We had met up at a coffee shop before, just us two, to like talk about some things, but it didn't really feel like a date or anything. But this time it was very much like, oh, I invited my client's mother out on a date to go drinking with my friends. I guess I really like this lady. Oh no.
So you had met for coffee before, but
we did.
Did you only talk about work or what?
It was pretty much we were trying to clarify moving forward, like how to continue the lessons, because we had been meeting at a park and doing English lessons at a park, but you can't really do much. Like it was very much communication only. We were playing games and I was telling her like words in English as we were playing games, but it wasn't really written. So we were trying to find a way to meet up to do written English and like actually have notebooks and texts and textbooks and textbooks and things. So we had met up for that. And that was the first time she was like, oh, I'd love to go drinking with my friends. Oh, I'd love to go out for a beer every now and then. So she was dropping like...
She was just commenting it.
Yeah. She was like, oh, I'd like to go drinking. It'd be nice. And I took that as she wants me to take her on a date, drinking beer.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Was she doing that or was she was just...
Hey, she says I'm the one who fell in love first. But I definitely, like, she's very good at planning things. The sandwiches were always there. You know, there was always kind things being said. It was like all these, if it was a trap, it was a great trap to fall into, but it was very much like this, you are going to say that you want to drink with me kind of magic. You are the one who's going to fall in love with me. And it worked. She did a great job.
But you were thinking that she wanted you to ask her out.
Yes, I did. So at first I was like, ma'am, I am a teacher. This is unprofessional. Like that was my, I can't, though I would like to. I mustn't. Kind of personality. Right. And then not more than 3 weeks later, boom, we're together. Yeah.
Which makes sense why she would, like, when you said, oh, I'm out like drinking with some friends, why she would say like, oh, I would like to do it. Because you guys had already been talking about that before.
Mm-hmm. So that made the connection. I was like, man, yeah, I mean, if you want to come, you can come. Do you want me to come? Yeah, sure. What do you mean? Yeah, sure. Kind of thing. It is like, she was like, you will say yes. You will say yes. And I did. I said yes.
Awesome. That's actually a pretty straightforward story. That's pretty cool.
It's very fun. It's very interesting, but I never would have thought that me just in the Japanese countryside teaching at the time 6-year-old girl like simple English would turn into what it is now. But here we are.
Yeah. How much time passed between when you first started tutoring her daughter and that night at the bar?
I would say it was about 6 months, maybe.
Okay.
About a half a year, where we would meet up every weekend. I was getting paid quite a bit. Actually, she paid me quite a lot. She paid me too much. I still, even to this day, I'm like, you paid me way too much for that English lesson. I feel so bad.
Hey, she got a husband out of it.
I know. Hey, I mean, I hope I've done well enough. I know. It's an investment. It's true. Hopefully the Anime Help Hotline explodes and I can pay her back 1,000 times what she's done for me these last 10 years. But I'm working on it.
That sounds good. So yeah, so it took around like 6 months, but you basically only talked about work. She did bring up a couple of times about like, oh, wanting to do something more. It's interesting. So I've been doing surveys in many different countries of like couples, how they met and if they started as friends. And in many cases, they started like around 70% of the couples started as friends for like 1 month to a year usually. So, and even though most people don't like it, in many cases, they met at work or through work. So it's not like your case is rare. Like it's super common meeting through work because you get that like gradual exposure.
True.
Right. And the 6 months actually fit within that time frame.
Yeah.
You were not intending to, you're trying not to date even. You're like, no, I'm a teacher. I'm respectable. And then after a while, you're like, well, like, sure. And in this case, it was a friend of yours telling you that something was going on. That's another thing that I see. It's like friends pointing out or sort of like pushing their friend to like, hey, FYI, I see this even though you don't see it.
Yeah, I see that you guys are smiling bigger than you smile with other people. It's like, I guess we do. Oh.
Is there anything more about your story that you would like to share with people? Like some lessons that single nerds can learn?
Single nerds, a lesson that a single nerd can learn. Oh, interesting. I would say I had been a lonely person for a while because I was always happy. I had lots of good friends, but I never had a relationship. I felt like I needed to be in a relationship. But also, deep down, when I was very young, I had decided early on that, like, I'm probably not going to get married, probably not going to have kids. I'm going to be that cool uncle who shows back up in America from Japan like once every 5 to 10 years with like weird gifts. They're not going to know who I am. I'm just going to be some hairy, weird dude until like 55, and then I'll tragically die in like a rock and roll accident or something dumb. Like my idea was, I don't do anything rock and roll, so it's crazy that I thought that. But the idea, like, I'm never going to be a father figure. I'm never going to be a good husband. I'm just going to be very selfish, live my own life and just do what I want to do. And it's interesting that on that path of living my own life and doing what I want to do, I ended up falling in love with somebody and wanting to be a dad and wanting to become this good husband, which I still am working at it. I don't think I'm the best husband in the world, but I'm trying daily to make sure that their lives are better. And I never would have felt this way if I didn't meet her. And I never would have, because I've dated other people and I didn't feel like this. So there's just a difference to it, I guess, if I can say anything. Like, this person is somebody who makes me want to change who I am as a person, to make myself a better person, not like I'm going to change for you. It's more like my ideas were not the best because now I want to live till I'm 100 some years old. I want to build kingdoms and castles for this person. I start online crazy cultural phenomenons, possibly trying to make enough money to give them the life that they deserve, kind of thing. And it never would have happened if I didn't meet her. So if I have anything to say is, if you feel that way about somebody, maybe you should try it out. Maybe you should see what happens. Oh no, it's kind of silly, but the way that I felt, the way that I feel about her now came so quickly and so randomly, I would say, that it felt like fate. Like, right, this is the person who I'm supposed to marry. And now I have to change all of those plans of dying at 55 in a rock and roll accident, because that would make her life bad. You know, if we're married and I still pass away tragically, it'd be horrible. So I got to figure things out. So all of those things happened in like 6 months. My whole world shifted and changed. And it just, I feel like I had no control over it, but I did, but I didn't. And that's how I feel. I don't know if that helps anybody at all, but I don't know. If you have that feeling, you need to just trust it and do your best.
I think a good part of it is like you were not looking for it, and so you were just being relaxed.
Right. That's much more concise and nice than my long-winded.
No, I mean, I've been talking about this for quite some time, so I kind of like, I see it, right? But you had no plans of meeting anyone. You actually did not want to start dating because you're a respectable teacher. And when when you met, you were not trying to make a big impression. You were, in fact, you made a bad impression.
I did.
And you were just being natural, and you found someone who liked you that way. Right.
Right.
I think if you had been focused on it, then probably would not have worked out.
I think, prior to meeting her, I definitely feel there were times where I got in my own way. So I was trying to like show, oh yes, oh, I'm such a good person to date. I swear, I'd be such a good boyfriend. I swear, you know. And then I walked into there with horrible clothes and messy hair, and I probably just rolled out of bed and was like, oh no, the thing, I gotta go, kind of like human being to show up there. And then from that moment to now, I try to take good care of myself, try to be as healthy as possible, clean up a lot better now than I did before. I still got to work on it, but
you said before you were actually trying to say, I'm a respectable person and I'm good and you should date me. What happened when you were doing that?
No, I mean, I never was. That was the vibe I was trying to put. I was trying to be, I was trying to be more. I was like, I'm on the stage. You're a pretty person. We should do stuff. We should go on dates and have fun. No? Okay. It was very much Night at the Roxbury. So I was like, you? Yeah. You and me? No? Okay. You? Yeah. You? No? Okay. And when I realized, probably because I had gotten no a lot, you got to go, you miss every shot you don't take, Wayne Gretzky. Mm-hmm. But it's, when I finally was like, hey, you know what? It's probably not for me. Lots of folks. I do roll out of the bed stinky. I wear sweatpants all the time. I get it. I'm just going to be me, I guess. And this is who I'm going to be forever. And then I meet her. And she's super nice. Then I'm like, oh, I should probably wear pants. I should probably comb my hair before I go outside. I don't know, like the way that my mind changed pretty quickly was interesting because it didn't feel like it was from me. It was like from a fate. Like God was like, don't be gross. Like, oh, okay, God, don't be nasty.
But that was after you found her.
Yeah,
like
I would say
before,
so.
when you were trying to make it seem as if you were not gross or nasty.
Yeah,
but you were.
I was very gross and nasty.
That did not work.
No, of course not.
Well, I mean, you say of course not, but for many people, it's like, oh, I have to like pretend like I'm this cool dude and I'm great. For you, it did not work.
It did not. It did not work. I was feeling really good about myself too, because at the time I was playing rugby and I did lose a lot of weight. So I was maybe the healthiest I'd ever been. I was in the best shape I ever was. And I was like, okay, now I'm not only charismatic, but I'm healthy and I'm strong and I'm handsome. I'm gonna crush it out here. But I was still a gross person. I'd come home from rugby practice and my cleats are like sweaty and stinky, so my whole apartment stinks. And I don't think about just cleaning them and putting them outside. I'm like, I'm the only one who's here. That's fine. My shower. When was the last time I cleaned my shower? Clean a shower? You clean yourself in the shower. The shower's clean. It cleans itself. No. Filthy. Terribly filthy. And so like all these very unhealthy, unclean habits, I started to notice when I'd invite her over and she'd be like, ooh, do you keep your cleats inside? And I was like, yeah, you can hang those outside and your house won't stink. Oh, okay.
That's smart.
Do that. I'll do that now. Have you cleaned this shower? Showers are self-cleaning. I thought everyone knew that. No, you need to clean your shower. I would say you should do it once a week. What? That's so often. Okay, well, I'll do that. And then like I was slowly becoming like a better, cleaner person, like trained. Yeah, they're very good. Trained. It's a shameful word that it's trained, but I was very much being trained to be a nicer, cleaner human being because it's like that's all you had to be was this and that and the other. But I'm glad that she helped me with that.
But like the women who you said like were like rejecting you or like you were not being, let's say, successful, they didn't know that you were like that in your apartment.
I don't think so. No. So it's just, they just didn't, I think there's going to be somebody who is going to like you for who you are. And when you find that person and you're able to get married and like, maybe you get married, maybe you don't get married. But if you find that person who's going to accept you for who you are as a person, then it feels really relaxing, I'd say. Like you don't have to be something else. Like up until that point, I was trying to be something else for reasons that weren't healthy or my own, to where I feel like once I found my wife, all the feelings I had to try to be somebody was in a better light. Like I wasn't just trying to trap someone in a relationship with me. It was like, oh, I need to be better for them. I need to do more for them because I care about them. Instead of like, there's no deviousness to it. Yeah. I'm going to act this way so that they like me. It's like, oh, I'm going to be this way because I want her to be happy. And I'm also healthier. It's still confusing at times. Like I still have this like gross nerd brain to I'm like, dude, it's whatever. Like we don't have to do the laundry every single day. It's not like the laundry is going to rot. But now it's like, I need to make sure I need to be a healthier person for my sake and for everyone in this house's sake and for everything's sake. So it becomes, I don't know, I can't express it very well, but because of her, I'm a better person overall. And she helped me become who I am today. I don't think I would have ever done the anime help hotline if I didn't meet her. I don't think I would have ever tried to, like, I work 2 jobs now. I don't think I would have ever had the work ethic to work as much as I do now for the family if I didn't meet her. Like I would have just been in a dingy, stinky man pit just like, this is fine. This is a good life to live. Eating popcorn, being gross, and like it's fine if that's the life you want to have. I thought that's the life I wanted to have, but then I met her, and I was like, it's probably not the best life to live anymore. I need to change my ways.
Yeah.
So here
you found
I am
something
now.
better.
I found something better than anime all the time. What? Oh my God. Maybe not for everybody, I think there are some people who probably maybe don't want to be married or shouldn't be married. I have some people in my family who probably shouldn't have gotten married, but they did. But there is a level to where it's like, if you feel I've changed who I am, and it doesn't feel like you made me do this. It's like, I need to do this. I need to be different. I need to be more for you all. And I would have never had these kind of feelings, I don't think, if it wasn't for my wife and kids. So looking back on it, they've been huge blessings to me. Because at the time I was very selfish. I was like, clean every day, every week. That's going to cut into my anime watching time. That's going to cut into my video game time. But my life was overall much better. So I was like, oh, what? So
you're like, anime is not going to watch itself.
I know. I was going to watch this anime. I'm cleaning the house. Ridiculous. But.
So you keep talking about the anime help hotline. Do you want to share with people what that is and where they can find you?
Oh, the Anime Help Hotline is a little comedy skit that I made last year in October, where I make a joke about anime. I pretend to be a person who works at a hotline, helping people find anime that they like. And it kind of grew into this thing I didn't expect it to grow into. I feel very blessed to have all these people watching my silly little videos. And I've been able to kind of grow in the community, meet a lot of folks, talk to a lot of folks. I have some of the kindest people I've met in the last year have come through my comments, just saying the nicest things. People have said that I helped them a lot. And I don't know, it's just really wild that I feel extremely lucky. I feel extremely blessed. Even this interview alone is kind of because I was I did a silly thing and it connected with a lot of people. I'm very blessed to be able to be in the position I am and to be able to talk to cool people like you, Alex, to have a fun time communicating with people about anime, to create a small community, big community now. It's growing quite large.
Oh, yeah.
So to be able to do this and be able to be here is just a crazy blessing. And I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and now Facebook. Facebook went crazy recently. Actually, I got I got almost 11,000 followers on Facebook now from a video. A video got like 2.5 million views.
Impressive.
Bananas. I still have no idea why. But I appreciate everyone who watches it. I'm glad that they enjoy it. I'm glad that my silly things are helping people. And it's kind of cool. I hope that I get more opportunities to talk with amazing people like you. It's been a blessing. This year has been pretty crazy how busy it has been, but I love every second of it. And I wouldn't change it for anything. Same with my wonderful relationship with my wife and kids. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want them to have a better life. And I'm glad that they exist so that my life is better. So it's kind of like a fun little Ouroboros. Yep. I'm working hard for a better life, but they give me a better life so that I want to work hard. So it's kind of fantastic.
That's awesome. Everyone, if you guys like anime, I really suggest you check out his content. It's amazing. It's super funny, as you can see from this interview. And also, if you have any questions for him or for past or future guests, send me a DM at dadelikeanerd or an email at dm@dadelikeanerd.com. In the meantime, take care and continue playing.